Leah, it's the last time we can do this together. Unless you want to call me on the phone and we'll just do it.
I might have to, for old time's sake, a couple of Tuesdays, you know, in the upcoming weeks.
Perfect. But for you guys to join in with us, it's time for our Great Debate.
We never got your sound guy for you.
We never did. But somehow our editors sometimes echo our voices really well, so it's fine. But yeah, for a year now, I've been like, can we get someone to do the sound for us? But maybe it's just because we're so good at it.
And that's what let's go with that.
Okay, perfect. Today's debate is kind of ahead of Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
You know, it's also the cold months are cuffing season.
Yes.
Where you find a significant other. But the question is, January, going into February, is it a better time for self-love, self-care, or is it time to get yourself in the dating pool?
Ooh, that's a good question.
This is a tough one.
This is kind of a tough one. And I mean, personally, I think it's never a bad thing, and it is never a bad time to take care of yourself, give yourself the love that you deserve. And, you know, I think if you hold your own standards high standards will follow you in your following relationships. However, I can see why January is a good time to try and start something new because you kind of have the excitement of Valentine's Day coming up and you're like, all right, you find somebody, you're like, this is gonna be a good Valentine's Day date. You're after the holidays, so you don't have to spend a lot of money. Especially in this area, there's a lot of less expensive options and things to do this time of year in the off season. A lot of great meal specials out there.
True.
To eat some delicious food at a good price. So I can see that, you know, January might actually be a really good time of year to start looking for someone new.
Yeah, I think this is also a case-by-case basis, right? Because obviously if you're like someone that's not, you know, going after the right people, I would say stop. Take care of yourself.
I think if you spent 2024 as a serial dater and you've always been attached to somebody, then maybe January might be a good time to cool it. Chill out, work on yourself, figure out, you know, maybe why certain relationships haven't worked out in the past. Take accountability for the parts where maybe you were wrong.
Yes, please do that. Oh my gosh. Also, I think you can self-care a little too hard.
You can definitely self-care a little too close to the sun.
And all of a sudden, you really don't want to go out anywhere, and you're not meeting anyone because you're just holding up in your house.
Yes.
And I think if I was single, that's where I would be in my life. Honestly, I probably would be like, I just like to stay inside and eat soup all day. So I get it, but just make sure that if you're that kind of person, start dating. I would just say, January, now's your time.
Yeah, and it might even be a good time to, you know, join a group, join a club, go play. I mean, trivia is one of my favorite things to do in this area. That's actually how I met my boyfriend. Was, you know, I had a group of friends that I played trivia with. They were the ones getting me out of the house because when I first moved down here and I was single, I was also like, you know, it's a great place to be. My apartment. Watching TV, cuddled up, like not spending money. I was like, this is great. And so my friends did get me out of the house. They did get me to meet new people. And so maybe, you know, find a group. It's hard. It's so hard to do, especially as you get older. Like finding and making new long-lasting relationships it's a challenge.
It is, definitely. So I think just, you know, self-reflect. I'm going to say for the majority, if we have to pick a side, I'm going to say the timing's just too good. Maybe just start dating. Don't jump into anything too crazy, but just putting yourself out there. But you know yourself best, hopefully. So don't date if you shouldn't be.
Yes, that's a good one. We always ask you, you know, to chime in with our great debate over on Facebook. We've got Donald always chiming in. We love to hear from him. He says, it's the new year. Get out and develop relations. After all, close friendships, aren't they a form of self-love?
Boom. I love that. And most of you guys agree. If you go to CoastLife.com/vote at the time of right now, about 70% of you agree and you say it's time to date. Just a couple of you chiming in saying self-care season. So whatever you want to do.
There you go.
Cool. This one wasn't too picky.
No, but I think it was a good conversation to have.
Yes, it was.
That's right. But coming up on CoastLife, we get to know our news team a little bit better. We've had some new faces, some new reporters, and we want you to get to know them a little bit better. So we're going to do that when CoastLife gets back.